Another disturbing news story. A woman was allegedly stabbed and set on fire by her partner while her children watched. Thank God she was saved by Good Samaritans. This story can be found on people.com, but I also will link it so people can view it. After watching Tyler Perry's new movie, Divorce in the Black, one scene in the movie, when Ava's parents were showing old home videos of her before she married her husband, they wanted to remind their daughter how happy and full of life she was before the marriage. They could not find one video after her marriage where she was absolutely just happy and glowing. They couldn't find one video. They wanted to remind her that that girl, who she was before the marriage, was still inside of her. And that was a very powerful moment in the movie. I highly recommend any young woman that comes across this video to watch Tyler Perry's new movie, Divorce in the Black. A lot of young women do not have those mother figures, strong fathers, good support, in their friend groups around them. And they actually applaud their low vibrational toxic behavior when it comes to a man. And I know a lot of us have gone through some stuff with men. I mean, we all got stories to tell, but it helps when you have that good support around you. Your grandmother, the neighbor, a best friend, your own mother, just someone telling you, you're loved, you're beautiful. You don't have to take someone else's. Sorry for cursing, but when I come across the news stories that I see online or on TV where you see women being abused by their husband or boyfriend, I always say to myself, I wish they would have left before that person snapped, because it always starts off good, then we'll start seeing the red flags, and then right when you start seeing those flags, it's like, okay, do I stay or do I go? And when there's kids involved, always choose to leave until that person does the healing work. But I remember almost 10 years ago, I decided to give dating a try again. It didn't take me long after the first couple of weeks, to see something wasn't right with the guy that I was dating. Actually the first week, I started to see the red flags. I am so grateful to God that He allowed me to see the red flags very early on, because a lot of women, sometimes they don't get that opportunity. The relationship will carry on until marriage, and then you're like stuck, and then this person decides to show you who they really are. So I was very grateful that I was shown, that this person definitely needed some serious healing. Had I stayed, he probably would have snapped and hurt me. Maybe even hurt my son. I had my young son with me. This man was heavily hung up on his ex. That woman hurt him bad, so his choice of healing was turning up an alcohol bottle. Some women would have stayed because, hey, he has a nice ride, his own house, business. But none of it would have been worth it, if he would have snapped and took your life or your child. So ladies, if you come across this video and you're still listening, take your time when it comes to dating. A lot of women will stay for silly reasons. Oh, he got a nice ride. He got money. He's doing this and that. And then he's beating you behind closed doors. He's treating you like trash, like the gum on the bottom of his shoe. There's nothing cute about that. And if there's kids involved, why would you want to put your child's life in jeopardy like that? When he's showing signs of having any kind of anger issues at the slightest mistake, that's not going to change if you decide, well, I'm gonna marry him and that'll change him. No, it's not. Give him space until he sorts himself out, get the healing that he needs. Anger problems mixed with abusing alcohol is a recipe for disaster. I've heard it all. Women say, I'm going to stick around. He's paying my bills. The sex is good. Every time you turn around, he's dogging you out, sleeping around, If you find yourself in a clinic because he's, you know, giving you a spiritual or sexual transmitted disease, you know, so like, why put yourself in that kind of danger? You know, we all need to love ourselves more. You know, if you love that person, remove yourself. Tell him, I love you. I want you to go get help. I'm here for you. You know, the universe, you know, see that this person is doing the healing work. Trust me, you guys will cross paths again. I've seen it happen. Or either God will bring in someone better. You know, but notice the signs and remove yourself for your protection. I do believe that people can change, but it does take some time. A lot of people don't want to be alone. That's the only thing. And what ends up happening is we quickly jump into a new situation and we destroy the new person. We compare the new person to the old situation. We treat them just how we treated the last person, and it fails just as quick as it starts. But yes, I do believe people can change, but you have to be okay with being alone. Get closer to God. Start loving on you again. You know, what used to make you happy. Try to heal the things that, you know, that person, you know, put you through. And just really sit with yourself versus jumping into a new situation. So, ladies, remember, it is not a death sentence to be by yourself. It's not the end of the world to be single. At least you have your life. Your kids have their life. But if the person you're with, if you can think back, if they're always bringing up their ex, showing you their ex's social media, comparing you to their ex, snapping off at you at the slightest things, snapping off at your child, abusing drugs and alcohol, accusing you of things you have not done, then let this be, you know, a sign that you start working on an exit plan away from this person until they do the healing work. So, I love you. If you stayed until the end of the video, thank you for listening.